how is yeah, I'm back. It's been a little while. Hello. My name. Let me stop. Hello, my name is Ted. I'm about to watch some pitch meetings and stream and chat and commentate. I'm about to watch pitch meetings while I'm eating. So, and I'm using this as a creative outlet at the same damn time. So what's up? Come watch. Come watch the pitch meetings that make fun of movies that I love. If you're not one of those type of people who can like a movie and then at the same time say this movie is terrible, we don't have much to talk about. What's an example? One of my favorite movies is The Lion King. Love The Lion King since I was a wee lad. But you know what else The Lion King is? Derivative mess. It is derived straight from Macbeth. All that I'm gonna kill my uncle for killing my dad shit. But these days, most shit is derivative when you think about it. Original thought doesn't really get a lot of attention. So you're about to watch a couple of pitch meetings with me while I eat my meal. I'm having some stir fry. I want to see stir fry, just rice and broccoli. I try to eat healthy these days. When I was in my youth, I would eat whatever the fuck I wanted, however much I wanted. Man, listen, I remember one time when I was a kid, I bought a whole large pizza and ate the entire damn thing. And then I did it like 10 more times. So you know what? Yeah, let's watch some pitch meetings and make fun of the things I like. Alright, we're gonna kick this off with the John Wick series. I love John Wick. If you don't know pitch meetings originated on Screen Rant, which is like they talk about a lot of different entertainment topics. And this guy Ryan George proceeds to like give a terrible pitch delivery of like what the room might have been like when somebody was introducing the film or the show. I think these shits are genius. This, along with Cinema Sins and Heavy Spoilers, me and my wife watch those all the time. Because if you can't make fun of the things you like, it's like, what's the point?
With things, especially in the third.
Take it back. This is not a reaction video. I refuse to do reaction videos. Try that on my podcast.
It ain't go well. The host doesn't stay with you. Because without privacy in your vacation home, it isn't really a vacation.
Girl, hush.
Is it?
Sorry about that.
While most are hungry after their you're hungry for something else.
Here we go.
To learn tech. And when it's time to make your
Boom.
This episode is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. More on them later.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. And I think this would be the
This is also
perfect
like
vehicle
ASMR for people who like to hear people eating.
Actually, we make movies, not cars, but thanks so much for coming in. No, it's like an expression, right? Like a star vehicle. Oh, a star vehicle. Yeah, like a spaceship. No, we don't make spaceships, but thanks so much for coming in. Okay, I have a movie that would be great for Keanu Reeves. Oh, well, you should have led with that. What's the movie? Okay, good. So it's called John Wick, right? And it follows this guy named John Wick. That explains the title, making a lot of sense so far. Yeah, and so at the beginning of the movie, his wife dies. Oh, what does she die of? She dies of being the wife of the main character in an action movie. Oh, yeah, that can be deadly. Yeah, so she arranges to have a puppy delivered to John so he can have something to love after she's gone. Very adorable. Yeah, and so he starts to take care of this dog, right? He feeds it cereal because he doesn't have dog food yet, and he takes it on a joyride.
I am a Keanu Reeves simp. I'll be honest.
What? But while he's out, he goes to the gas station, right? And this spoiled Russian gangster kid Yosef wants to buy his car from him, but he's like, no, it's not for sale. Okay. And in Russian, Yosef says everything has a price, and then John answers back in Russian, so Yosef is like, what? Oh, he's mad? He's upset? He's very mad. He's so mad that night him and his buddies break into John's house. How did they find out where he lives? Unclear, and so they beat him up and they steal his car. Well, as long as the dog is okay. And they kill his dog.
Okay, somebody better die for that.
Okay, some people better die for that. Oh, don't you worry, they will. That's the whole plot of the movie. John Wick is gonna kill people for an hour and a half because his dog was murdered? That's right, sir. I'm absolutely okay with that, to be honest. You can't mess with dogs. No, sir, you can't. People like them much more than they like humans. They certainly do. So what happens next? Well, Yosef tries to get some new plates for John's car from this guy Aurelio, and Aurelio slaps him in the face. Oh, he does? Yeah, and so Aurelio gets a call from Yosef's father, Vigo, who's like the head of a criminal enterprise, and he's like, hey, I heard you hit my son. What's up with that? And what does Aurelio say? Well, he's like, yeah, I did, sir, because your son stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And so Vigo's like, oh, why is this guy so scared of John? Well, it turns out that John is like this amazing retired assassin, right? The Russians call him Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga? What does that mean? It means the boogeyman, sir. You don't have to look it up. It means the boogeyman. Okay, it says here in Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga is a supernatural being who appears as a deformed old woman with drooping breasts. What? So how droopy are John's breasts exactly? Just say when so I know. No, I was so sure it was boogeyman. Yeah, I think that's Babeka. Oh, dang it. Well, I already wrote Baba Yaga. Well, it's probably fine. Okay, good. I'd have to, like, reprint this and everything. Yeah, no, don't even worry about it. So what does the droopy-breasted witch do next? Well, so Vigo sends a bunch of guys to his house to kill him, right? Okay.
What does the droopy-breasted witch do next?
I think that's pronounced kung fu. No, it's not kung fu. It's a mix of jujitsu and judo and, you know, shooting people in the face. Oh, it is? Yeah, so he's gonna shoot a bunch of these assassins point blank in the face and also stab some of them, but mostly shoot them point blank in the face. That sounds intense. Oh, it will be, sir, and we're gonna keep that going throughout the movie, all the way up until, I'd say, the high 70s. What, Fahrenheit? No, corpses. Oh my god. Yeah, we're also gonna get glimpses of this, like, assassin underworld that John was a part of. Like, they have a whole system in place. Oh, they do? Yeah, like, the cops don't mess with them. They have these little gold coins they use as currency. They even have their own hotel. Oh, please explain this all to me in excruciating detail. Actually, I feel like it might be kind of nice to just hint at the mythology rather than shoving it down people's throats. Can we at least throw a love interest in there for him? No, goodness no. Oh, you're making it really tough for me to ruin this thing. Okay, what happens next? Well, John checks in at this assassin hotel, and there's like a code of honor there. You can't kill anyone while you're in the hotel. Wow, so people must get shot all the time walking out the front door. Probably. So he checks in at this hotel, and then he finds out that Yosef is at a nightclub, so he heads over there. Oh, and what happens there? Oh, pow, 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 pow. Were those heads being shot? Those were heads being shot. Yeah, that's right. Pow, 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 pow.
I'm out of food. I'll be right back. Ryan Jordan, entertainment.
Shoots a guy in the head, drowns a guy, and snaps his neck, actually. Oh, mixing things up is tight. Yeah, and so anyway, Yosef manages to get away, so John goes back to the hotel, but an assassin lady tries to kill him. I thought you weren't allowed to do that at the hotel. You're not? No, but somebody offered her a lot of money to break the rules. Oh, people can be bribed into breaking the rules. That doesn't seem like a safe place to stay at all. Well, anyway, he survives, so it all works out. Well, okay then. And then he finds out that Vigo runs a church as a front for some illegal stuff, so he blows all that stuff up. Oh, why does he do that? Well, that lures Vigo and his men out, so John gets a couple more headshots, but then he gets hit by a car. Oh no. Yeah, not good, no. So then Vigo has some of his guys suffocate him with a plastic bag. Well, it's gonna be tough for him to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, John's friend Marcus snipes one of the guys through a window, and then John manages to kill the other one. But isn't Vigo standing right there? Oh, no, he left. He left? Yeah, no, he figured his men can handle it, so, you know, he took off. He's been trying to kill John this whole movie. He doesn't stick around for a minute to see if the job gets done. That's what we're going with, because the movie's not done yet. Well, okay then. So then John catches up with Vigo, and Vigo's like, okay, I'll tell you where my son is, just don't kill me. And John agrees to that. That's what we're going with, because the movie's not done yet. Well, okay then. So then John kills Yosef in like 2 seconds. Oh, well, straight to the point. Yeah, so that's all done, but then Vigo kills Marcus, so John needs to get some more revenge. Oh, he does? Yeah, so he tracks down Vigo and kills his men, and that's when we have the movie's big showdown. So what's the big showdown? A fist fight with a 60-year-old. Oh, okay. Is this guy ripped or something? Not particularly, no. Is he like a great martial artist? Yeah. Oh, okay. So then John manages to kill this guy, and then he finds a dog, and that's it. We're done. Doggy. So what do you think? Well, I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks. I just feel like there's probably a big audience of Matrix fans out there that would
I pretty much just discovered the secret to making good stir fry, so I'm really excited about this.
Up a notch in the sequel. How would we do that? I don't know.
Soy sauce is amazing. I understand why we're causing global warming because of soy sauce.
Hey, it's me, your skin. Help me maintain my moisture balance while removing excess oil with CeraVe Foaming Cleanser.
What's up, guys? Jefferson White here. My friends at One Country are giving away an incredible property in the Ozarks. It's over 60 acres.
All right, while the executive is taking that all in, I have some bad news. Turns out I suffer from JWS, meaning John Wick syndrome. It's a completely legitimate and totally real affliction where
You'll think you're Raid Shadow Legends.
2 epic skill tomes. All of this treasure will be waiting for you here, available for 30 days for new players only. This is an opportunity that you can't miss. Download right now. All right, now let's see how the executive is doing.
So, you have a John Wick sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do. So this one's gonna be called John Wick Chapter 2. Oh, it was a book this whole time. No, it wasn't. So at the beginning of this movie, John Wick's killing a bunch of people trying to get his Mustang back, right? Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be like bumper cars, but with murder.
Yo, John Wick 2.
Is there any other kind?
Amazing
yes.
film.
Okay, well that explains the Six Flags ban, doesn't it? Oh, you might be going to jail. So John goes to see the brother of the bad guy from the first movie, and he's like, I want peace, actually. Oh, he doesn't kill him? He doesn't. So then he goes home because he wants to be retired again and hang out with his new dog. Understandable. But then this guy Santino shows up. And what's his deal? Well, turns out back in the day, he helped John retire in exchange for a marker. Like one of those scented ones? No, this is like an IOU thing. He can use it at any time to make John assassinate someone. So John got out of the assassin game in exchange for a thing that would immediately bring him back into the assassin game. That's right. Oh, very bad planning. So Santino wants John Wick to kill someone for him, but John is like, nah. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we don't need any action in the sequel. Oh, no, sir, there's gonna be action. They're gonna piss John Wick off, and he's gonna have no choice but to get involved. Okay. You see, in the first movie, they killed his dog, and in this one, they blow up his house. Why would they blow up the dog's house? They blow up John Wick's house. That makes more sense. So then John goes to see that Winston guy at the Continental Assassin Hotel, and Winston's like, yeah, that's a marker. You gotta do whatever this guy says. Bummer. So what is this job? Well, he wants John to kill his sister Gianna, because she's about to be put on the high table of assassins in Rome. Okay. So John is like, that's an impossible job. That can't be done. And so Santino's like, yeah, that's why I want you. Oh, so it's gonna be tough to get to her? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? It turns out he gets a map that leads directly to her dressing room where she's totally unguarded. So then why did Santino specifically need John Wick? Unclear. So then John tries to just walk out through her big coronation party instead of through the secret tunnels he came in by. Interesting strategy. How does that work out for him? Oh, not well, sir. He's spotted by Gianna's personal bodyguard, Cassian, pretty much right away. Oh, that didn't work out at all. Not really, no. But now we get this awesome action scene where John Wick
needs to be my
murders a bunch
favorite
of
rapper,
people at a
bro.
party. That does sound like a cool setting for the murders. It is. The lighting
When it was
is
Common
crazy.
Sense,
There's a bunch of
and when it
people.
was
There's
Common,
Tilda
man,
Swinton
listen.
on the turntables. What? And
Hilda
so John shoots
Swinton.
a
It
bunch
was
of
so
people in the
random.
head
Just
and
fucking
shit.
random
So
Hilda
amazing.
Swinton.
This guy's great for the funeral industry. I guess he is. So now Santino wants John Wick dead to kind of tie up loose ends, you know? But John Wick, he's very hard to kill. Yeah, he really should have thought about having someone else walk through that empty tunnel to kill his sister if he planned on double-crossing him. Probably. So John goes back to New York and he finds out that Santino put a $7 million bounty on his head. Okay. And that's how we're gonna find out just how intense this underground assassin society really is. What do you mean? Well, let's just say they could swing an election if they wanted to. But with like a strategic political assassination? No, just sheer numbers. Oh my god. Yeah, it turns out there's an insane number of assassins out there and they all get notified about this bounty. Oh, secret organizations that are actually mainstream are tight. So now John's gotta fight all these assassins that are popping out of nowhere. Like one of them's a musician in the subway. She just stand around playing music all day till she gets a murder notification on her phone? It would seem so, sir. Huh. And also John's gonna have to go up against that Cassian guy again. Oh, he is? Yeah, see, they're both at this fountain surrounded by a bunch of people. So as soon as the water turns on, they shoot at each other. Isn't that kind of reckless of John with all the innocent bystanders?
Common versus
He's very good at hitting his target,
Neo.
so he knows what he's doing. Oh, so he hits Cassian? Oh, no, he misses. Oh, okay. So then we're gonna have this funny scene where they're shooting at each other with silencers and everybody around them's completely oblivious. I mean, guns with silencers still make a decent amount of noise. No, they don't. People don't hear the bullet impacts and the concrete flying and whatnot? No, they don't.
The funniest thing about that scene, there's this shit called Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where they like do a humorous version of Dragon Ball Z. Let me pull up the big screen. Do a close up. There's this thing called Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where they do like a comedic version of Dragon Ball Z. And in that one, Piccolo's entire arc is telling people to be able to dodge. So the funniest thing is, I don't know if y'all remember, there was a scene where Vegeta was trying to shoot Frieza with some ki blast. Chi, however you want to say it. So the funniest thing was when he was hitting him, Piccolo was like, everybody was like, why isn't he hitting him? And Piccolo was like, because he's aiming at where he is instead of where he's going to be. So I thought that shit was funny, that these two master assassins keep on aiming at where they are and not where they're going to be. It's like, are y'all trying? I don't think y'all trying. Sorry.
Well, okay then. So John finally stabs Cassian and then manages to escape some other assassins with the help of a homeless guy. Oh, that's nice of the homeless guy. What inspired him to help? Well, the thing about this guy is that he's an assassin too. Right, I should have guessed that. And he's part of a massive network of other homeless people assassins. Is anyone not an assassin?
Pass.
John Wick's dog, he's not an assassin. What a good boy. For now. Okay. So then John goes to see the leader of the Homeless People Assassin Network, and I was thinking we could get Lawrence Fishburne to play him. They're both in another movie together. They sure are, sir. Amazing. So John has to make a deal with this guy, because he desperately needs a gun. He can't fight with his hands and then steal someone's gun? Irrelevant. Kinda relevant. Irrelevant. So this guy's like, all right, the bounty's $7 million. I'm gonna give you a gun with 7 bullets. I bet that's gonna come into play later. You'd think so, but no, not really. Oh, okay. So then John goes to this museum where Santino is, and he immediately starts killing people and taking their guns. Right, because, yeah. And eventually he gets to this hall of mirrors, which, as you know, means it's impossible for him to hear where the bad guy's yelling from. Of course, I've seen movies. Me, too. So then John takes out a bunch of guys that are bigger than him, which leads us to the climax of the fight. Oh, which is? A battle of strength between him and someone 95 pounds lighter than him. I feel like there's no contest there. Yeah, and so then he wins because of,
Now, I'm a feminist. I believe that women are just as capable as men, if not more, depending on how they work themselves. But seeing a fight between Ruby Rose and Keanu Reeves, I was just like, it would literally be like seeing primetime Mike Tyson versus prime Floyd Mayweather. It wouldn't be a contest, bro. As much as Mayweather can dodge, that weight difference makes a difference. Like, if he wanted to put him down, he would.
Weight difference. How would she have? There was no way. So then what happens? Well, then John shoots Santino in the head at the Continental Hotel, which is not allowed in the world of assassins. Oh, yeah. Why'd he do that? To set up the next movie. Oh, that's thoughtful of him. So then Winston tells him that the bounty on his head has now doubled and been expanded globally. Uh-oh. And because he likes him, he's giving him an hour head start before he sends the message out.
$14 million to kill John Wick.
Shows off a little
I'm not taking the price. I'm not doing it.
Everybody around them just stops. What? A little flash mob. Why would he organize that? Well, to show John how powerful the organization is. I mean, John knows that, doesn't he? He's part of the organization. Yeah, well, still pretty cool. Why would that must have taken
What is
so
that?
much
How is
planning.
that? What is that?
Yeah, probably. He had to gather them all there, brief them on when to surprise John, have people block off access to normal civilians walking by. Yeah, well, he really wanted to send this message to John, though, That he already knew. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I mean, all right. So then John and his dog have to run away. Well, the dog probably thinks they're just going for a fun little run. The dog's probably having a pretty good time. And so then that's it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, Thank you. I just want to make sure we don't
I'm a writer.
the simple grittiness of the first movie, Let's not go too over the top with things, especially in the third one. Oh, yeah, of course not.
While most are hungry after their night
No.
shift, you're hungry for
No.
something else. To learn
No,
too.
go away. That's our personal
So,
stuff.
you have a third John Wick movie for me? Yes.
It'd be funny with
sir.
algorithms to
So
know
as
what you look
at
up.
the end of the last movie, John Wick had 1 hour before a $14 million bounty on his head started. I did know that. He's got to get to safety fast. He had a bunch of people around him, many of which could have been killers. Exactly. So he heads right to Times Square, right? Oh, okay. Seems like one of the worst possible places to go in a world full of assassins. Well, that may be true, but it's going to look cool visually. Oh, okay. Well, then great. So John sends his dog off to safety at the Continental with this cab driver. The cab driver accepts to drive a dog, no questions asked. Yeah, we'll see the thing about this cab driver. Oh, he's part of the underground assassin world too, isn't he? He's part of the underground assassin world. Right, okay. Cab drivers, homeless people, street musicians, all part of the secret world. Kind of getting out of hand a little bit. So then John goes to this library because he hid some emergency stuff inside.
I forget which basketball player
Time
this
must
is.
be running out until he's excommunicado. Oh yeah, so then this 7'3" guy pops out and he's like, hey John, you know, if I kill you a couple minutes before the timer's up, who's really gonna know? If that's his attitude, why didn't he just walk up and shoot John instead of talking to him first? Oh, unclear. So then they have this big fight and John kills the guy with a friggin' book. This guy's using all kinds of school supplies as murder
Broke this
weapons.
man's neck with a book.
But turns out this tall guy nicked an artery in John's neck, so he needs to
Now, I'm definitely one of those kinds of people who believes like anything could be a weapon. Never have I ever considered using a book to defend yourself. It was just like, oh, a book to defend yourself. Crazy. Man said, and broke his neck over. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop.
some medical assistance before the timer's up. How long is this 60-minute timer? Good question, sir. This particular 60-minute timer's 5 hours long. Oh, okay. So then because of the rules, the doctor has to stop right when the timer's up and John has to finish stitching himself up himself. Jeez, so now the assassins can come get him? They sure can, sir. So John immediately gets hit by 2 cars. Oh, yikes. I mean, there's no way that freshly stitched artery doesn't pop open, right?
Have y'all been hit by a car before? I've been hit by a car before. It's not fun.
Kind of tickled John Wick. Right, so is he like invincible or? Oh, no. He can get hurt. He can? Yeah, of course, but just not in any way that'll slow the movie down or prevent him from killing anyone in any way. Oh, well, fantastic. So then John's gonna kill a bunch more people in very cool ways. What kind of ways are we talking? Oh, well, like at a certain point, he slaps a horse so that it kicks a guy in the face. Oh, strategic horse slapping is tight. It sure is, sir. And then he's gonna ride a horse while assassins chase him on motorcycles. Can't those guys just shoot the horse? Well, yeah, of course, but they're not gonna. Why not? Because that works. So now John's gotta get out of New York, so he goes to see this lady. What for? Well, sir, turns out there's another symbolic doodad in this universe besides markers and coins. Oh, yeah, so he exchanges this doodad for a favor. That's kind of a lot of randomly valuable doodads, isn't it? Getting kind of repetitive in this lore. Oh, did I say doodad? I meant doohickey. Oh, a doohickey. Okay, that changes things up. Okay, great. So thanks to the doohickey, he gets safe passage to Morocco, because he's got to go see this other lady and give her a doodad in exchange for a favor. But that, okay. And he needs this lady to bring him to a man, because he needs to ask that man where to find another man, because he needs to ask that man a favor. So, like, what's the story of this movie? Oh, sir, I just told you, John's got to talk to some people and call in some favors to talk to other people and call in favors to talk to other people and call in favors. It's a little boring, isn't it? Just meetings with various people? Well, I mean, yeah, but you're forgetting the super well choreographed murder sprees in between the meetings. Oh, okay, that's right. I do like watching the killings. So eventually this guy tells John how to go meet this guy called the Elder who can help him stop being excommunicado. And how's he supposed to get to the Elder? He needs to go to the edge of the desert and then walk towards the brightest star until he passes out. Oh, that's just so extremely vague. And eventually this lady Sophia, who's been helping John out because of a marker, she drops him off at the edge of the desert. How are they supposed to know that's the right spot? Unclear, but it totally is. So then John walks until he passes out and wakes up with the Elder. Oh, the incredibly vague directions worked. They did. So this guy makes John cut off his own finger and give him his ring and agree to go kill Winston. Why does he want Winston dead? Well, see, since Winston had helped John, the High Table sent this adjudicator person to tell him he's getting removed as head of the Continental. Oh, very serious. Yeah, so then John goes back to New York and there's this guy Zero after him, so they both do some magic at each other in public, and it's very fun. Nice little break for some magic, sure. And John makes it back to the Continental just barely in time before Zero kills him. So he's safe there? Well, yeah, because of that rule where business can't be conducted on hotel grounds. But he's excommunicado, so he's not allowed on hotel grounds. Well, now he is, because he agreed to kill Winston, which is what he's here to do. Winston's on the hotel grounds, though. Yeah, so John Wick's not allowed to kill him. No. Okay. So anyway, John goes to see Winston, and after a brief conversation, he's like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna kill you. Why not? Changed his mind. Oh, okay, so the whole middle section of the movie and the finger cutting was kind of pointless? No, it wasn't. Filled up a whole bunch of runtime and split up the killing scenes quite nicely. That's a good point. So then the adjudicator arrives, but since Winston refuses to abdicate and John refuses to kill him, they deconsecrate the Continental. What does that mean? Oh, well, now they could send a bunch of high table assassins to kill John and Winston. Oh boy. And at a certain point, John is killing a guy underwater, and when he pops out of the water, there's a guy waiting there to kill him. Oh no, it's gonna be hard to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? John refuses to kill him.
Can I just talk a little bit about this scene?
What does that mean? Oh, well, now they could send a bunch of high table assassins to kill John and Winston. Oh boy. And at a certain point, John is killing a guy underwater.
All right. So there are very few action movies, I feel, that will actually care about the physics of a gun underwater. Like most guns, most action movies, when they're shooting underwater, you go like, where you in your gun, you go straight forward. This was the one movie I saw that actually care about what the pressure of water versus the speed of a gun would actually do. And I was just like, how dare you guys care about physics? And as somebody who passed multiple physics classes in college, I was just like, they care? You guys care about physics? Anyway, sorry, I keep stopping.
And when he pops out of the water, there's a guy waiting there to kill him. Oh no, it's gonna be hard to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see that Zero guy who's a big fan of John Wick kills this guy because he's like, no, I'm the one who's gonna kill John Wick. Wow, well, thank God this guy has a weird obsession with John Wick. Yeah, worked out great. So then it's time for the big final showdown in a house of mirrors. Oh, that was the location of the final showdown in the last movie. Oh, yeah, dang it, you're right. Okay, so it takes place in a house of glass panels that reflect stuff. That works. So John is gonna fight some assassins, but they respect him so much they don't kill him when they have the chance on several occasions. Oh wait, he's just defeating people with respect now? Yeah, this guy's unkillable. He's so freaking good. Well, yeah, if people don't kill him when they have the opportunity to do so, still counts. And so then he kills that Zero guy. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. So the adjudicator comes back and they're like, wow, Winston, this was all just a big show of strength, wasn't it? I'm impressed. Wait, what? But then they're like, but what are we gonna do about John Wick? But what are they talking about? John Wick was the show of strength. Yeah, for sure, but Winston says New York City was the show of strength. I guess that makes sense. Maybe. So then Winston shoots John a bunch of times and he falls off a building. Oh my God. Yeah, it's brutal. Shot multiple times, falls from super high up. Wow, okay, so John Wick dies. Well, that was the only way this trilogy end, if you think about it. Oh God, he's still alive, isn't he? You know it, sir. This guy's never gonna die. Oh. None of this will ever die. Oh man, that's great news. We're gonna keep going with this franchise forever.
Shit, what was I about to say? There was this thing I read about the reason why John Wick is the greatest assassin is not because of style points or anything like that, trying to be flashy. The reason why he's the most efficient and the best is because he just cares about getting you dead. The end. I don't care about the story. I don't care about how people are going to retell this tale. I'm going to just kill you.
Welcome to
I don't stop telling about the things I research. All ads do is send you ads about things you research.
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a remake of the 1981 movie Clash of the Titans. Remaking existing movies is like a comfy little safety baby blanket for me. I like the sound of that. Amazing. So tell me about this thing. I can't wait to hear about all these titans clashing. There aren't any titans in the movie. What are you talking about? Hey. You said it was called Clash of the Titans. Oh my God, I did.
Not a single Titan.
Wow, I probably should have.
Not a single
Titan
in Clash of the Titans.
Are dead. So basically, the movie's going to be Clash of everyone except the Titans, if you think about it. Yeah, pretty much. So what's the?
And I love this movie, but there was not one Titan.
Perseus, right? And he's the demigod son of Zeus that was raised by human fishermen that freaking hate the gods. Okay. And one day Hades kills his human family, so Perseus is going to be like, why I oughta. Totally understandable, sure. So who do we we get to play Hades. I don't know, whatever actor comes to mind as somebody who could play, like, you know, a dark lord with mystical powers. We'll figure something out. But anyway, see, the thing is, some humans from a city called Argos destroyed the statue of Zeus, which, you know, basically means they're declaring war on the gods. That kind of seems unwise. Maybe. So then Hades goes to see Zeus. Who are we gonna get to play Zeus? I was thinking Liam Neeson in a very, very shiny costume. Oh, shiny Liam.
That shit was so shiny. It was ridiculous.
Hey man, we gotta do something about these disrespectful humans. How about we give them like 10 days to kill a princess, or I release a friggin' Kraken monster? Is the Kraken from Greek mythology? There's literally no way for me to check that. Oh, bummer. So now Perseus and some dudes have to go on this quest to kill the Kraken.
Creole mythology,
the
I
only way
believe.
to weaken Hades and get like a fatal blow. How does he know that? Oh, a very pretty exposition lady tells him. Who's very pretty exposition lady? She's a very pretty lady that follows him around and explains the movie to him all the time. Oh, that's helpful. It sure is, sir. So Perseus heads out with this little squad, and these two guys are like, hey, we're coming with you. We're coming along. And what are they gonna do? They're gonna freaking be there for a little bit, and at a certain point, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna leave now. Sure, okay, they might as well be in the movie. They're gonna be. So anyway, the squad has to walk super far to go see some witches who can explain to them how to take down the Kraken. If they only have 10 days, this feels like it might be more of a horseback situation. Hey, shut up. And so Zeus is gonna try to give Perseus this magical sword, but Perseus is like, no, I don't accept gifts from the god. I'm gonna do this myself as a man. Why would Zeus try to help him in stopping his own plan? Because. And so later they're gonna get attacked by this guy whose blood turns into giant scorpions. Whoa, it's gonna be hard for them to survive giant scorpion attacks.
And it's funny how much Sam Worthington was like, oh, y'all are gonna ruin the movie. The movie was ruined right from the get-go. Like I said, I love this movie. It was terrible.
Giant blood scorpions. Magic or something for sure, probably. So then they finally make it to these ugly witches that can see into the future, and they're like, hey, tell us what the next plot point of the story is. Oh, and so what do they find out? Well, for one thing, they find out that Perseus is gonna die on this quest. Is that true? Well, no, because the squad's gonna be like, we're gonna prove these oracles wrong, so that's not gonna happen. So they don't believe that these oracles can actually be trusted. I guess not, no. So then they find out that to kill the Kraken, they need Medusa's head. Well, why'd they believe that part? I don't know. So now they gotta go to the underworld and kill Medusa. Isn't Medusa's story kind of a messed up, tragic one? Yeah.
If you don't know Medusa's story, I'm about to ruin it for you right now. So Medusa was apparently the most beautiful woman of her time. And Poseidon really wanted her. But she kept on turning down Poseidon. Poseidon eventually said, I'm Poseidon, so you gonna give it up. And he did something that rhymes with grape inside the temple of Aphrodite, I believe it was. And so Aphrodite, or whoever the goddess was, it was in the temple of a goddess. That's all I know for sure, off the top of my head. I haven't read my mythology books in a long time. And so she prayed to the goddess, and the goddess was like, well, I'm bitter that Poseidon even liked you. So because you were so beautiful, I'm gonna turn you into a Gorgon. And a Gorgon is something that turns all men, I don't know if it's specifically just to men, but all men that view her in stone. So imagine you get assaulted by a god. You turn to the goddess you worship, and they assault you in another form. It's just like, you can't win. You can't give in.
It's super tragic, so they're gonna go bother her in her underworld cave she's just trying to live in and chop her head off. Oh my god. But you can't just wander into the underworld. You need to pay the boat operator guy. Okay. But luckily Zeus gave Perseus a shiny coin, so that works out pretty well.
Gotta pay the ferryman.
He didn't want to accept the sword gift, but he's okay with the coin gift. That's what we're going with.
One of the reasons why they used to put the coins over dead bodies when you were back in the day, it was essentially so you pay the ferryman who takes you to your final resting place. place
Yeah,
when you're
plus they
dead.
had a little romantic thing going on, so it's extra sad for Perseus. What was their romantic moment? Well, she was privately showing him how to not get killed by Medusa, and then they got close for a second, you know? It kind of feels like something she should have showed the whole group. Well, she didn't, and now they're dead, and so Perseus uses that sword from Zeus to kill this attacker guy. All right, so now he's okay with using that gift as well. Yeah, sure, okay, but now 10 days are up and the Kraken's gonna get released. Oh no. So Perseus hops on a Pegasus and flies over there to try to kill it. Very exciting. And Hades actually reveals to Zeus that even though Zeus gets his power from people's love and prayers, Hades gets it from their fear. Okay. Yeah, so Hades releasing the Kraken's gonna make him super powerful. So why didn't he just release it in the first place? Hey, shut up. So then Perseus is gonna fly around on this Pegasus and he's gonna manage to show Medusa's head to the Kraken, which freaking turns to stone. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. Yeah, so the Kraken's freaking dead, sir, and then Perseus uses Zeus's sword to shoot lightning at Hades and send him back into the underworld. How do you know how to do that? By being the main character. So then Zeus shows up and he's like, I'm proud of you, son, for, you know, stopping the thing that I myself set into motion. Right. And then he's like, and as a gift, I brought Pretty Exposition Lady back to life, so you guys can kiss and stuff now. That'll be fun to kiss her. What about his dead family, the thing that set him on this journey in the first place? Nah. Oh, dang it. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a movie. I just wonder if there's something we can do to really make this movie pop. Well, 3D is all the rage these days. How about we do that? You think people would like that? Like they'll think it'll look good? There's not a doubt in my mind, sir.
Yo, the fact that this movie got a Razzie and I still liked it, and I was like, I used to watch this movie a lot. Wrath of the Titans was terrible. Just straight up garbage. I can't wait for them to do pitch meetings for that. All right, you know what? I thought I was gonna be here longer, but you know, 30 minutes is fine. I'm still getting back into this. All right, y'all.